Hey, it's Nikki. I'm back. I decided to start Small Business Saturdays because there's so many people who have no idea how to start a business. As you know, I'm the owner of Good Girl PR, but I'm also a graduate of NYU. I have a degree in economics. I was actually pre-med economics. I was supposed to go to medical school, but I didn't have the money to pay for med school. So in the alternative, I applied to law school where I got a full ride to law school. So being a lawyer was never really in my heart. It's just something that I did because I got, a scholarship. Why not take advantage of a free education? While I was in law school, I studied corporate law, securities law, and tax law. Primarily, my education consisted mostly of tax law, so you can say I know a lot in that area. I was accepted to get my legal master's in taxation, but again, you know, things are expensive. I think at that time the degree was $40,000. I actually plan on going back to get it. Tax is something that I'm really interested in. Oh, there's my friend Tisha. So Tisha, I was just going over my background as far as why I went to law school, what I studied. As you know, when I was in law school, I studied tax and also securities. So I interned at the SEC and kind of leveraged that experience to get a job on Wall Street. My first job at Wall Street was at Merrill Lynch, actually where my soror Tisha was working in compliance at the time. So I worked in compliance for almost 15 years, ranging from writing policies and procedures to merging organizations. So although you guys know me as a publicist, I'm actually a business person, and I've mastered the art of working on Wall Street and making things efficient and streamlining processes. In 2008, the recession hit me very, very hard. I purchased a house. I only had one stream of revenue, and I kind of learned a very, very valuable lesson. Never have only one source of income. That is a huge mistake. Oftentimes, I'm doing a lot on Facebook. I'm sure you guys think she's into this and that. She's all over the place. No, it's called working smart, killing multiple birds with one stone, and having multiple streams of revenue. So I thought it would be cool to kind of teach my audience about how to start their own business. We all have these business ideas. Why not implement them? Right now, you have COVID-19. A lot of people are unemployed. A lot of people only have one stream of revenue, which is detrimental to you. So why not use this time to start a new business? And honestly, you guys, starting a new business doesn't cost a whole lot of money. You just have to kind of overcome that initial fear. So today, let me introduce my soror, Tisha Hart Wallace. I would love for you to give an overview about what it is that you do.
Can everyone first of all, thank you so much for having me here. And this is just a wonderful platform, especially right now, to be able to give people an opportunity to be able to expand on their talent and to become entrepreneurs and business owners and business people. Can we actually? Because this is my first time.
All right, amazing. Yes, I can.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much.
So my background is actually in financial services for the last 25 years. I dabbled a little bit in higher education because I'm also an adjunct professor. And it's just a pleasure to be here. And whatever services that I can be able to offer you, I got you.
Thank you. So one of my specialties is just launching businesses quickly. I kind of wanted to organize Small Business Saturdays as kind of like an A to Z on how to start your business. So in law school, they kind of teach you how to ingest a voluminous amount of information and put it in a logical order. That's one of my talents and gifts. So this is how I'm going to organize this chat. So we're going to start off with get started today. Okay, so you're at home, you're under quarantine. Maybe you don't have any money coming in. Maybe you're panicking, or maybe you have W-2 income and you know that, you know what, I'm blessed to have W-2 income this time around, but you know what, I need to start another business. So I have here, get started today. So the first step really is, what's your idea? What it is that you want to do? I personally think that people should focus on things that they're passionate about. I feel like if you're passionate about a certain topic, you will put in that extra work, right? So Tisha, what do you think about this? Get started today. Just start writing.
I love the idea. I love the idea. Get started today. I have my pen. I have my pad. I'm ready to take notes. You know, I have a podcast with something similar, but just taking a different twist to it. So I'm so glad that you're doing this, because this platform needs to be out there for everyone and however they can receive it. So I'm excited about Get Started Today. I'm taking notes.
Right. So get started today. What is that business idea that you have been thinking about for all these years and don't know where to start? You know what? Just take the idea. What is the idea? Write it down. That's what you're going to do, right? So the first step is, I want a business that does X, Y, or Z. It can be anything. I don't care how crazy it is. I don't care how impossible it seems. Write the idea down, okay? That's what you're going to do. What I like to do is, when I have ideas, and I wish I could actually show you guys my vision board, but if I have an idea or someone who I want to do business with, I actually put those people on my vision board. So write that idea down on a big piece of paper and put it on your vision board and look at it every single day. So now that you've had the idea, the next step is, what is the name of your brand, right? So suppose you would like to start a mobile spa business, right? During, say, COVID-19. And you decided that, you know what, people are at home in quarantine, they need facials. This sounds really crazy, but I'm going to start a mobile spa business giving women at home facials during COVID-19, right? So what is the name of your business? So that's the biggest task. You have to think of something that's short and punchy and rememberable, right? You don't want to have anything that's too long or too hard to remember. You don't want to use Z's and X's and replace certain letters with the alphabet. You want to keep it very simple and quite corporate. You want your brand to be taken seriously. So the second step really is, what is the name of your business? Now, I find that clients really get caught up with this. Like, they can't get over this hump. Try not to be a slave to perfectionism, and just kind of like write a list of like 10 names down, and then give yourself a deadline and say, by this date, I have to choose this name, right? I don't care how crazy it is. Just choose the name and just run with it, okay? So after you have your name, you need to do a trademark search. So I have a little experience doing this. I started my company, Good Girl PR. There was actually another company called Good Girls PR. Excuse me. Yes, so I started my company, Good Girl PR, on a limb. So I started Good Girl PR, didn't do a search, but there was a Good Girls PR, right? So technically, there's two companies, Good Girl PR and Good Girls PR. So before you start a start a brand, you want to make sure you do a trademark search. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, cool. So before you start any business, right, you have your business idea, you have the name, right? And now, before you start anything, as you know, I went to law school. My legal education has saved me lots of money because I just know how to get around things and figure things out. But I'm sharing this tip with you. Instead of paying, I know my attorney friends will hate me for saying this, but instead of paying $2,000 for a trademark lawyer, why don't you just go to search the trademark database and see if your business name is available. So Tisha, can you see me clicking on basic word mark search? All right, so here you have the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Is my business name available for me to start marketing and branding and pouring all this energy and finances into? So many people start a business and then they can't even get the trademark. To me, that's kind of counterintuitive. So let's do a search. So Tisha, give me a sample business name idea.
Your Campus Mall.
What is it called? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Your, Y-O-U-R, Campus, C-A-M-P-U-S, Mall, M-A-L-L.
Okay, so we're going to search My Campus Mall.
No, your.
Okay, yeah. Thanks. Okay, so it looks like this was someone's trademark.
Yeah, it was mine.
Okay, perfect. And it was canceled. And so technically, if this this mark is dead, you see my cursor here where it says dead, you can
Yes.
use it again. We can use it again, but you never know. You might encounter some issues. So you kind of want to come up with the name that's nowhere, right? She gave me a name of a previous business that she had. So let me just make up a name. Let's try this. COVID business launch. COVID-19 business launch. Okay, look at this. No TESS records were found. So there's no trademark, it seems, right? So let's go ahead and just use that as the name of our business, right? We did that trademark search. There's nothing there. It doesn't look like anybody else is using the mark. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. So let's go ahead and use that name, right? So I've just saved you guys thousands of dollars by sharing that tip with you. All right, so what's next? Let's create a logo, right? So let's start again. We had the idea, we stuck with it. We came up with a brand name. We love it. We're dedicated to it. We did our trademark search, right? There's nothing out there. Looks like we could be able to get a trademark. Now it's time to create your logo. So you can hire a company like GoodGirlPR to help you with your logo, or you can have your own graphic designer do your logo. Logos are very important. You kind of want to hire somebody that has a good eye for how to create a business, how to brand a business. Sometimes I have clients to me who come to me with these logos, and I'm like, whoa, imagine this in the office or on a step and repeat. It's just not a good look. So don't try to take too many shortcuts with the logo because you're trying to save money, but really try to find somebody who's good at launching and creating businesses and identifying the right type of logos that will stand out and be catchy. So Tisha, tell me about your business, Your Campus Mall. Did you, I see that you trademarked your business. Did you end up doing a logo?
No, that was very early on in the 90s, and it was pretty much like the Amazon before Amazon started for campuses. So it was a one-stop shop online mall where I actually had all these retailers participate in a contract to be able to send students care packages from their parents. So it was the Amazon before Amazon actually started. It's just that, but I did not have a logo. I did this on my own. I did not have any venture capitalists. I was doing a lot of traveling. So there were a lot of steps that were missed that definitely would have benefited as a very successful company right now if I would have had a logo, if I would have had the services of a PR firm, and a lot of things that were missed.
All right. Well, you know, you have so many other ideas. But now you know, once you trademark, go ahead and get that logo on, kind of get it done, right?
Absolutely. Now, yeah. And thank goodness for a platform like this that you're being able to share this, because a lot of people don't know. When you're actually going into business on your own for the first time, there are a lot of things that you just miss, and you're working and you're building a business and a brand, and you need to actually pay people who are professionals in that particular area so that your business can grow and thrive instead of doing it yourself.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people don't realize. They call me and they want my help, but they don't understand that they're leveraging decades of experience of launching businesses of my own and learning from that, making mistakes, fixing them, closing business, starting businesses, growing businesses, evolving businesses, and that's experience that can translate into the client that hires you. So
Yeah.
you have your business name idea. You now know you can possibly trademark it. You want to go ahead and create that logo, right? By hiring a good professional who will bring your idea to life. A little tip: once you create that logo, you want to add a TM next to the logo. That puts people on notice that you are going to register your trademark. Trademarks cost about $275 each per class, meaning, okay, we started this COVID-19 business launch idea. That's one class, but then suppose I want to make t-shirts with it, right? And put that brand across my t-shirts. That's another class. That's an additional $275. So when you're trademarking a logo, it's only for one class. I'll talk about what those classes are another time, not today. But you create your logo, you want to add a little TM dot. That puts people on notice that you're seeking a trademark. It's not a trademark, but it lets them know that you're seeking a trademark. You want to put that logo and with that TM symbol on some type of landing page. Let's go to the next step. Register the URL, right? You have your business idea. You now know that you have a name. You've done this trademark search. You've created this logo and you added this TM next to it to put people on notice about you wanting to trademark this. This is legitimate, right? So now you want to register your domain name. I probably should have switched the order around a little bit. The reason being is like, okay, suppose you come up with your brand name and then you go do a domain search and it's not available, right? Sometimes that happens. So you kind of have to switch things up a little bit. But you want to register your URL using your brand name. You don't want to put too many dashes, periods, underscores. You want to come up with something that is just straight for your brand. So like my company, Good Girl PR. It's not Good Girl _ PR or Good Girl PR _ or, simple, goodgirlpr.com, right? You want to register that domain name. You can use any company to register your domain name. I wouldn't use a private company like a small business to do it. You never know, they might go MIA. You might not be able to get your login and password information. Just go with a big company like a GoDaddy. I have my issues with GoDaddy at times, but a GoDaddy. Another thing is when you're searching for your domain name, be very careful because companies like GoDaddy will see you searching for your domain name and then buy it.
Yes.
You go back, it'll be
gone,
thousands of dollars. So you just want to be careful about like doing that search. Kind of be cool with it before you start doing the search, or it might not be there anymore. There has to be some kind of regulatory issue around that, Tisha. But no one probably challenged it yet.
I'm sorry, I really don't know, but I use Bluehost. I find that they have a little more discretion than GoDaddy.
I mean, I've searched for URLs on GoDaddy, and then the next day, another company bought it in the same city that GoDaddy's located. They're not so smart, and I'm like, really? This is like has to be illegal, but I haven't had time to fight that battle.
GoDaddy is notorious for that, so I use Bluehost.com.
Cool. So register that domain name. I would do private registration. You don't want everyone in your business. Just to give you a heads up, people can search for you using your URL.
Yeah.
Suppose you had a crazy boyfriend and he knows you own Good Girl PR, and then he does a search for it and he can get your address.
Yes.
So just be very careful about disclosing your information using, domain registration. The next step, secure a brand on social media. Okay, so now, can you tell that I used to be a teacher's assistant because I keep on repeating myself? You have your business idea. You now have a name of your brand, right? You've done your trademark search. You know that you can possibly trademark this business when you have the money, right? Because it is $275 per class. And now you want to create that logo, add that TM, put people on notice that this is your brand, right? You've registered your domain name, right? That's available. So now you want to make sure that you come up with some kind of cool username on social media that you use consistently across all platforms, right? So in Tisha's example, your business again was your
campus mall.
Your campus mall. So at your campus mall on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, right? Periscope, Facebook, Twitch, which is new, TikTok, I don't know, but make sure that that name is the same across all platforms. You don't want to have one name on Twitter, one name on Facebook, one name on LinkedIn. That drives me crazy. Let's be consistent. We're trying to build a brand here, and we want people to know that If I need this brand, I can just Google it or go on any platform and search for it and find it. Let's not make it hard on our potential customers, right? So, Tisha, that's all that I had to share today. Like I said, every week is an A to Z. Today is get started today, right? With some simple steps. Tisha, did you have any questions?
I do have a question, and I wish and would love for future episodes. For a person like myself, I just cannot get my head and wrap my head around social media and the social media tools and all the different things that are out there. And I would love for you to do a couple of sessions in the future after people get started, have their brand, have some questions, and want to be able to build their brand, or perhaps pay you to train them to build their brand. That's extremely important because most people can start a business and that's not a problem. Now, is it really a business if it's not really bringing in any income? So I know that you're really great with that.
Thank you.
So I look forward to
that. I've known you since 1997. So I appreciate all your support and you always believing in me.
Yes.
And seeing my progress, me and my crazy ideas, and kind of bringing them to life. A lot of times out of necessity, but hey, it worked, right?
Well, let me tell you something. Every idea can only be a monetary idea if it is crazy. I do want you to know that. If your ideas are not crazy, you're not going to make any money off of them. So most entrepreneurs and people who start businesses, they're started because of out of a need for necessity. And then everyone's like, that's crazy. And they're like, wait a minute. Now that everybody's using it, it's not so crazy after all. So crazy is good in that instance.
Isn't it funny when I was working at Merrill Lynch and throwing parties, I had no idea that ultimately I was being a publicist. I was just doing something that I love, but I figured out a way to package it. I had the idea, you guys.
Yeah.
Came up with the name. You know, I got my logo done. Remember, I couldn't trademark because of my lack of doing that search. Remember that? But I fixed that problem. Thank God I have a law degree. I kind of nipped that in the head. Registering the URL and then branding the hell out of it on social media, right?
Yeah.
So those are my preliminary steps to how to start a business. And we'll be back every Saturday. Hopefully, Tisha, you'll join me on Saturdays. I wouldn't mind you being here.
My pleasure. I'm available. You know, you got me. I'm 1000% your supporter.
Thank you. So every week I'll be building upon this idea that we've started. Right now, we just have a social media presence, but next week we'll take it to the next step. And I like teaching in a very logical and methodical way. I like doing things in order based on me doing things out of order and knowing that it didn't work. So I'm kind of putting this in the correct order for you guys. Thank you so much. No, I was saying that I was trying to stream on LinkedIn and I thought it was something that was automatic, but you have to apply for it, which means that it's something that is going to be a big deal, right? So LinkedIn is a powerful business platform, but they want to control streaming. So I think we're definitely onto something. We'll be doing this on a weekly basis. Luckily with social media, this stream will live on all my live feeds. So even if you're not with us right now, you'll see it whenever you have the time. You guys for tuning in and have a blessed, positive Saturday. Thanks, Tisha.
Thank you for having me. And I'm 1000% your supporter, and we need this. So we just need to get more people to the platform so that they can pursue their passion.
Thank you so much. Have a good Saturday. Be positive. I know things are crazy right now, but take that idea and get it done. You can do it.